Today we're going to take a look at 3 different watches, all by the same brand, and spend a little bit of time talking about what's going on with some of the brands in the watch industry. Vaer watches really is like an entry point to the watch collecting industry brand. That means, in my opinion, it's from $1,000 down. So you can get a great watch for $250, $300, $400, $500, $600, on up to around that $800, $900 mark. And that's about where they cap off. But the watch that you get for the money is well worth it. If you guys would just do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, like the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you in advance. As we get into some of my ideas about the branding that these companies are doing, let me just share a little bit about my own past so you kind of hear where I'm coming from. First of all, this is my fun. I don't do this for money. Maybe one day the channel will make some money and that would be great. I'll just probably take that money and put it into more watches or better stuff for the channel. But as of now, this is a zero gain for me. I just love it, and I love watches. That being said, I have built a couple companies in the past. One, a brick and mortar type company, which was based on service. One, an online company, which was based on, it was a blog that turned into something pretty big for the outdoor space. And I built a couple different charities, one in I'll say family crisis, and one in the outdoor space. Both are doing great. Along with that, I've shared my ideas and my concepts and walked alongside with several brands throughout my career to help them develop their in-house branding practices. Okay, now I don't say that to say, oh look, I know what I'm doing here. These are just my ideas. I think that there are many ways to the mountaintop when it comes to branding. I think that depending on the personality of the person behind the brand, that is the pathway they're going to take, depending on what they want to accomplish and the things that they want to do with their company. It's all going to take a different plan. So it takes a strategic-minded person to meet that person where they are and help them get to where they want to go to. And that is often multiple layers in multiple different ways. That leads me to the watch industry. So the watch industry is basically full of a couple things. One, you got the luxury brands. You got the brands that kind of are mega brands over everybody else. You got Rolex. You got some of the fine high-end Swiss watchmaking. That's not necessarily what I do. That's not necessarily where I spend my time. Not because those aren't great watches, because they are. But it's just not a place that I feel comfortable. And then there's the brands that kind of are striving for that. They want that plateau. They want to get to the big boy level. And those are like your micro brands that are really focused on growth and accessibility for all people to kind of come in and know who they are and what they do. Then there are these cool lifestyle brands. And I'm going to be talking generically here throughout this whole thing. So yes, there are different watch brands doing different things in the industry, but those are the 3 levels that I broke it down to. Now, a lifestyle brand is a brand that's focused not necessarily on the product only, but they're focused on the person that wears their watches. They're focused on their lifestyle. A good example is RZE watches. They are trying to build a lifestyle brand watch. In fact, their whole thing is they want to be an adventure watch company, not just a watch. Another one is what we're going to take a look at today. And this is one of my favorite brands because it encumbrances Southern California lifestyle. I'm born and raised here. I love it here. The beach, surfing, water, ocean, mountains, desert, the whole thing. I love it. I love being outdoors. And Vaer Watches is a lifestyle brand that really promotes people getting outside. So when we're talking about the 3 columns here of watch companies, the big brands, the brands that are trying to be big, that are micro, that are medium to large size, but not mega, and then those lifestyle brands who may or may not be big. A lot of those lifestyle brand guys, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 people trying to make cool watches and create this whole thing with their brand. And that's where I personally thrive. I've seen certain watch companies. In fact, I'm thinking of one that I really love the brand, but I loved them more 5 years ago. And the reason for that is because they were this cut out the nonsense, really care about the customer type brand. And now I see them falling into the category of the guys that are striving to be the megas. And they are compromising maybe some of their price points, maybe some of their experiences for the customer to strive to get to that next level of watch company in the industry. All three columns, everybody, it's a given that you have to have good quality watches, right? So we're not talking about the low end market of your $100 watches, your disposable watches, all the watches that you could just pick up and have fun with, and it's okay if they break or any of that stuff. We're talking about kind of the next level up. And when it comes to their marketing, I see basically a couple things that happen. A lot of brands go deep in the beginning, meaning they take their one or their two watches and they really make a connection point with people on them. And then when they have a little bit of a success behind them, they shallow that way up and they go way too wide, way too fast. So all of a sudden you see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 watches in their lineup, but they've lost the connection with their customer. That's one of the reasons why I love Vaer watches. They haven't lost that connection point with who their customer is. So they've managed to build out this brand that is growing exponentially on the width, meaning the models of their watches, but they haven't lost the connection point from the mile deep version of when they first started connecting to the persons or the people that will be wearing their watches. Okay, the first watch we're going to take a look at today is the RS1 Rally Chronograph that starts under 300 bucks. The RS Rally 1 is inspired by the iconic racing watches of the 60s and the 70s. With this chronograph, there's two color choices. One is the Rally Panda, and the other is what we're looking at today, which is the Rally Cream. The cream color dial is complemented with some very cool colored chronograph windows and an outer black ring. This is a 40mm case. It has a screw down crown, and although the pushers are not screwed down as well, this watch does come with 100-meter water resistance. It's made from 316L stainless steel. It has a sapphire crystal with AR coating. It is 48mm lug to lug, and the lug size is 20mm, so there are plenty of strap options made for this watch. As far as the movement, it is a VK63 Japan Mecha Quartz chronograph. That is a quartz powered, which simply means battery powered movement. Now when you order this watch, you can order it in a few different configurations. You could do like a NATO style strap, you can do this rubber silicone, they have a leather, they have a steel bracelet. The prices vary between all of the configurations. You know, obviously the steel bracelet isn't as cheap as the nylon strap, and that makes perfect sense. But the entry point for this watch is again 279 bucks. And the next watch we're gonna look at is the DS4 Meridian Navy solar powered dive watch. Two of my favorite things about this watch are the deep color blue that it comes in, and I actually really like the gold outline of the hands and the markers. It's something a little different that just makes it pop to me. Now this case is 42mm. It comes in a combination of polished and satin, and it is 200 meters water resistant. There is a locking screw down crown on this. It is also 316L stainless steel. There's a flat sapphire crystal with AR coating. Now the movement in this watch is a little cooler than your standard quartz because it is solar. It's the Japanese made Epson VS2242, and with 6 hours of light, you get 6 months of reserve on this battery. It's crazy. And this watch has an aluminum bezel with a lume pip. That is that little dot of lume that's in the biggest marker of the bezel. All right, again, this thing can be ordered with many different strap options, anything from the NATO style to this, all the way up to your stainless steel bracelet. The starting point of this watch is $299. And the last watch we're gonna take a look at by Vaer is one that I personally own. This watch here is actually the only Vaer that I own. Where these belong to a friend of mine. I just brought them for the video. This is the D4 Meridian Navy matte in the 42mm case, solar powered movement, assembled here in the US. This watch comes in at 42mm in diameter. There is a locking screw down crown. It is made from a 316L stainless steel. It's 200 meters water resistant, 48 lug to lug, 20mm lug width, 11.6 millimeters thick, and there is a single dome sapphire crystal with AR coating. Now the movement on this watch is a solar power movement. It is the Japanese Epson VS42. Now this watch here came on the bracelet, and that is a $539 price point, But you can get into this watch on the NATO Strap for $449. As I get more and more into the watch industry, what I've found is that, and unfortunately, this is even the people that say, oh, we are very inclusive, we think everybody has a place in the watch industry. Those same people are usually watch snobs. Those same brands usually love other high-end watch brands. Those same people love other people that buy high-end watches. But when it actually comes down to it, they're not very interested in the watches that maybe I wear or you would wear at this price point. And that is annoying to me. Which is also one of the reasons why I love a brand like Vaer, who really builds their company out to be a lifestyle brand more than a watch brand in and of itself. Guys, you could check out the entire Vaer watches lineup on their website. It's vaerwatches.com. I got my eye on a couple that I'm probably going to pick up, and I think that if you go over there, you probably will find something that you love too. For now, that's it for me.